10 things I regret doing to my natural hair. Even Bear was there and he felt like these were bad ideas, okay? Number 1, finger detangling. Now I know this causes a lot of controversy on my channel, but like I always say, if it works for you, please continue to do it because everybody is different. And with that being said, I'm gonna push through with my regrets. Okay, let's go. Now, I finger detangled because every YouTuber, everybody and their mama, everybody I confided in was finger detangling because just like co-washing was the thing to do, finger detangling was the thing to do. But that's when I quickly realized, after 2 years of doing it, I realized 3 things about myself, okay? 1, your girl's lazy. 2, at that point in time, I was extremely busy. And number 3, I got a big head, like a large cranium, very large cranium, okay, large head. And my hair is very nappy, very thick, and very kinky. So that three combination thing I was trying to do in those 2 years did not do my hair any good. Now, like I said, everybody's different. That lifestyle didn't work for me. And I want people to keep in mind that just because everybody else is doing it doesn't mean that you have to, okay? It doesn't make you any more or less of a natural girl, okay? Do what you gotta do. But let's push on to number 2. Number 2 was sleeping with a satin scarf, okay? Satin and silk are 2 different things, and I do not get why people promote satin over silk. Now, for those of you who don't know, satin looks like silk, but feels really, really rough when you like rub it through your hands. And for those of you who are currently wearing satin, tell me, comment down below if this has ever happened to you. Have you ever put on a satin scarf and then went to take it off and then felt like your curls being like pulled through the satin? Have you ever felt that? I have. And that's why this is a regret, because I was popping off a lot of curls from using satin. Once I finally switched to silk and I realized silk feels a lot better and it does not pull any of my curls whatsoever, your girl was balling. I changed all my pillowcases to silk. I slept on silk. Never had not one curl popped off, okay? Another really big regret, another big regret was doing the most to my TWA. Like, I was so excited to have cut my hair off. I couldn't wait to start trying bantu knots and twist outs and just all this stuff. So when I got my TWA and your girl got a little length, she started feeling herself. I was doing twist outs like every 2-3 days. I was trying bantu knots and I was basically over manipulating my hair. By the time I actually got some growth to be doing those styles to where they mattered, I was already tired of the styles. And then on top of that, I missed my short hair because while I had the TWA, I didn't really like sit down and appreciate the length and the sassiness of the cut. So I missed out. Now the next regret is actually kind of a piggyback off of the last one. I'm really disappointed in myself that I did ugly hairstyles. Like, I was faithful with the ugly natural hairstyles. I know a lot of us don't like to admit to wearing ugly natural hairstyles because we're so into the natural hair that nothing can be done wrong. Well, your girl was wearing some ugly natural hairstyles just because I received a little bit of length. Like, this was around the time my hair was at a medium afro, where you're like in that short but long awkward stage. I did a lot of ugly twist outs. I did a lot of ugly unsuccessful bantu knots, and I really looked like a 6-year-old little girl. Like, I looked really, really dumb. I put a lot of dumb, ugly accessories in my hair just because I was like, hey y'all, I got some growth and I want y'all to see. I can't, like, when I look back at some of my pictures, I'm just so disappointed in my style. I really am. Like, the number one thing I really hate that I did when I was in that awkward length, I did the poof on my head. Like, my poof was that big, like that big, but then the poof was like that wide, and then like my brain was literally being shoved up into the ponytail. Like, I'm sorry, that was just like the ugliest style. It really was. And of course, a regret is, I feel like every natural girl goes through this, is not keeping my hair properly moisturized. Along with finger detangling, I was not keeping my hair moisturized. So it really was contributing to a lot of break-offs. Alright? Yeah, a lot of break-offs. And with that, another thing that I hated was I became a product junkie. And I spent a lot of money on products, a lot of money on Shea Moisture, Miss Jessie, As I Am. I spent a lot of money on those products just to realize later on down the line, you know, me being broke now, I realized I had low porosity hair. So no matter how many products I bought, my hair wasn't even taking in the products. So I really essentially wasted a lot of money because I had like 3 million products that didn't work for me, but I was faithfully slapping it on my hair like it was doing something. Just to come to find out I had low porosity and none of those products even mattered in the first place. All I really needed was some water, a little bit of oil, and a little bit of leave-in conditioner. If I would have known that back then, I would have had so much money saved. So much. Don't be a product junkie unless you have to, okay? God, what are we on, like 7? Okay, number 7. Listening to YouTubers that did not have my hair type. I feel like this is a big one. A lot of times you watch people who have the hair that you would like to have, and for some reason you think if you buy and do the same things that they do and the same things that they buy, you will automatically get the hair that they got. And that was not true. And I feel like we all play victim to that, because like when you're type 4, you shouldn't be watching Naturally Niecy, because she does not have our hair type, girl. She does not have it. Her hair is pretty, she has a cute personality, but she ain't got our hair, okay? Who does have our hair is Natural 85. That's who you should be watching. And you should also pay attention to if your YouTuber has high or low porosity hair. That way you're not becoming a product junkie and buying every single product that they buy and realizing it doesn't work for you. Kind of see how that goes? Well, I wish I would have saw how that went before I start buying all these products from all these YouTubers who didn't have anywhere near close to the hair type that I had, okay? Number 8. Letting people play in my hair, okay? Yeah, you all have a white friend who is just fascinated with how nappy your hair is. So they just want to stick their hands in your fro, they want to finger detangle, they want to pull strands, they just want to play in your hair. And when you're natural and you know, you stretch your hair out, you know, it's very crucial time, okay? Very crucial time. If you let people play in your hair, they will tangle your hair up beyond belief. And at the time when I was in high school, I was the only one that had natural hair. So people, black people, white people, Mexican, Asian, all wanted to play in my hair, and I let them. And at the end of the day, I would be at home re-detangling my hair, trying to figure out why my hair was just so napped up. And then I realized it was because I was letting people play in my hair. Okay, remember, I'm lazy and I was busy and I had stuff to do, okay? Now, number 9 is probably the funniest. Letting a stylist do your natural hair when they don't know how to do natural hair. Even black stylists. Number 9. Letting a stylist do my natural hair when she did not know how to, okay? Biggest regret, okay? She told me she had this under control. She herself was natural, but what I did not realize was she was type 3A and I was type 4. I thought, like, I didn't really think much of it. She just said she had natural hair. I saw her natural hair. I thought we was really rocking together, but turns out we wasn't. We was so far apart. She messed up my hair so much, but we're gonna make that a story time for another day. But basically, make sure your stylist, even if they are black, make sure that they know how to do natural hair, because a lot of times people be trying to stunt on you and just trying to get their coin and they mess up your hair, okay? Biggest regret. Jesus Christ. Now, last but not least, we already touched on this, but I cannot touch on it enough. Forcing my hair into a high poof when it was not ready. First of all, it looked ugly. Okay, I don't know why I was walking around thinking I was cute with this much of a poof and my poof being like this wide. I don't know why. Ripped out a lot of your girl's edges. You know, it's real hard to rip out my edges, but I ripped out a lot of them. And I like I went through a lot of migraines because I used to force it into a high poof just so much that I started to get a migraine, and it was just very, very bad experience. I say don't force your hair into a high poof. I say wait, enjoy your shortness, and put your hair into a poof when you're at your 3rd year mark. Okay, when you're at your 3rd year mark, put your hair into a high poof when you're type 4. Okay, because our curls are a lot more tighter. Or better yet, you could do it at the 2 year mark, but make sure that you braid your hair out and stretch it out. Don't just try and throw it into a high poof when you haven't stretched out your type 4 hair, okay? Because girl, I went through a lot of regrets putting my hair into a high poof. But that is it of all my regrets. Hope this gave you guys some insight into what your girl's regretting, why she doesn't do what she does, why I'm not a product junkie, why I'm not always doing reviews, why you don't see me finger detangling. I hope you get some insight into your girl's life. I will see you in my next video, okay? Don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your friends so we're not all going through some regrets, okay? Talk to you guys later. Peace out.